Today on At Home with Eastbrook Homes, we're talking with Christine Minzlaff about the process of getting into that new home. And 2022 is the perfect year to dive right in. And on this episode of At Home with Eastbrook Homes, as I said, our guest is Christine Minzlaff. How are you today, my friend, before we jump into the topic at hand?
I am doing fantastic.
Christine, let's start first with people being introduced to you. What is your role at Eastbrook and what does that mean?
Yeah. My role is I am one of the online sales specialists, along with two other gals that I work with, Mitzi and Susan. And we take questions when people call or email, get on our website and help people out searching for homes.
The human behind the machine, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes? All right. So we are heading into a new year, and for a lot of people who have maybe struggled in the last 24 months to figure out how to do this new home thing, this might be the perfect time. And I know not only with my work with you guys, but my work in the larger world, lots of people have discovered the joy of building amidst the chaos of shopping. And so when they find their way to Eastbrook Homes in 2022, what's the first thing they need to do? What is the homework items, Christine, they need before maybe even they head to the website? Like, what should they be thinking about?
You really should just be thinking about what type of home do you want? Are you pre-approved? That's a big one. So people know really what they can afford. Sometimes they're surprised what they can afford. And even those monthly budgets. So really go over your budget and really know those types of things. So that's a big one for homework. Ask yourself, do I want to live in a townhome, or do I want to live where there's hardly any maintenance? Or do I want a large yard? Do I want, a large community? Do I want to be close to a highway? So really think about what is important to you, get that pre-approval. And those are really the homework items to do is just really get to know what you're looking for.
Now, specific to Eastbrook, before we move to the next step, you guys have properties all over the place. Would you recommend for people to maybe drive through some of those neighborhoods and see kind of what it feels like and maybe see if that's a great place to start?
Yeah, so if you're from the area, and that's one of the questions when we chat with them, either via phone or over email, is asking them where they're coming from. Are they familiar with either the greater Grand Rapids area or the greater Lansing area, Lakeshore? And if they are, we will say, get a feel for the neighborhood. Really buying a home and living in a community a lot of times is a feel. You're going to feel like you belong there. You're going to feel like that's the right area or community for you.
So, Christine, that makes a lot of sense. If I live in Michigan, I can drive to these. But what if I don't? I'm coming from out of town. I want to live in West Michigan or the Lansing area. How can you guys help them?
Yeah, we actually get a lot of calls and a lot of emails from out of state people wanting to either move closer to family. They just don't know the area. So as an online salesperson, we can put links, and all of our community pages have videos, and we can send them things. And each of our website pages also have GPS links. So we talk to them about, well, is a job important to you that you want to be 20 minutes commute or shopping or highway? Again, we can help narrow down what they're looking for, send them those links. They can click on that GPS link, kind of span out to see, oh, this is an area. We can also help them get to administrative school districts, to call a school district and learn more about that school district, if that's the case for them, to see, is this a place where I would like to send my children? So we can actually kind of paint the picture of what Michigan looks like without them actually being here. And our sales team can actually do some great video calls too. They can put them on Zoom and they can show them the communities. So they don't have to be afraid of not really knowing Eastbrook Homes. We'll bring it to them.
So moving on to the next step of all of this is what we all call in the sales world the discovery. And so the homeowner has all their homework that you have given them, Christine, and now we move to kind of the sales portion of the new construction. What can they expect in this discovery call?
One of the things that we really start out with is what's your motivation for looking for a new home? That really tells us a lot. Whether it's a new job or getting closer to family or your family's growing or just even building equity. So really that's such a great question to ask people so that we have an idea of what really is important to them and the reason they're moving. And then from there, our discovery questions are really, again, do you want to live in a condo, a townhome? Do you want that low maintenance style living? Do you want to live in a single family home? And then do you want to live in a large community? What amenities are you looking for? Are you looking for a pool, clubhouse? Do you want to live where there's hundreds of homes or do you want to live where there's 30 homes? So we ask them those questions. And then we do ask them what their investment range is. That's sometimes a tough one for people. So again, that homework of getting pre-approved to see where your investment lies and what you desire really helps us to narrow down the communities. And then we talk to them about their timeline. Are they open to building, which is that 10 to 12-month time frame? Or do they need something that's a little more move-in ready? That helps us to look to see what we have coming up that we're building. Or if they're open to building, then we talk to them about different home plans as well. So those are really those discovery questions that we ask them just so that we get to know them a lot better. And then we can help narrow down that search of communities.
As far as talking about building homes, we have talked a number of times with everybody at your crew about how people have, in the last 24 months, thought differently about the space that they're living in because they're living in it a lot longer per day than they were, let's say, 2.5 years ago, right? When you get those questions, those discovery questions, are you seeing any trend lines that way as the way in which people are asking questions that would direct kind of the way home construction is going forward?
Yeah, that's a good question, Eric. We are seeing those trends before COVID hit. We were actually seeing homes wanting to be smaller, less maintenance. We don't have enough time to take care of a big home. We're actually seeing that trend back to bigger homes now. Looking for that office space or that extra bedroom or that flex room, finishing the lower level so they have that extra space as well. So we did slowly see that trend move. Yes.
From I don't have enough time to keep up on this to it's okay that we all have to live here, but we need spaces to get away from one another.
Exactly. Yes. Yep. Or we need extra space because we are at home more.
Yeah.
I think people are learning that it's okay to be home together more. Maybe you don't have to go out and be busy all the time. We actually can do family nights or just have that time together instead of going out or being busy. They can stay at home and enjoy their home.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're seeing on top of home offices probably a lot of what people would call theater rooms for that reason, right? A game theater, hang out together as a family. All right, so we've done all the homework, we've done the discovery. Your team knows exactly what these homeowners are looking for. That last step is kind of what we would call in the typical home space an open house. And so as they're getting ready to do this open house, what sort of things can they be expecting, the homeowners be expecting to make the most out of that moment and understand the space that they're about to walk through?
Yeah, good question, Eric. So really what's great is you'll meet with our expert sales agents that are in the open houses. So they can really dive deeper into what your home site looks like. So if you're looking for a walkout home site, or if you're looking for daylight or a view out, some people like to just walk right out onto a patio. Really think about those questions of how you're going to live and what's important to you. In the open houses, they'll be able to touch countertops and look at cabinets and look at finishes. And again, talk to our expert sales agents about that build process if you decide to learn more about what that looks like and how we um, guide them along, and it's a partnership. They can talk to the agents about that as well. And then they'll just really get a good feel of driving through the neighborhoods, the different communities. And again, it's going to be that feel. And then also ask about the community itself. So if you decide to move to Rockford, let's say, at that open house, ask those questions. What's it like to live here? Is it close to a highway? Is it close to shopping? Tell me about the community. What's the feel? So really take advantage of those open houses. It's really a no pressure way just to get some questions answered, and really just kind of take advantage of the sales agents being there and their knowledge of that community.
Christine, this has been an absolute blast. Have a wonderful day. I'll let you get back to it.
Sounds great. Thank you, Eric.